Alrighty, welcome back to Super Sentai and Review, episode number 94. Like in the case of the last episode, we'll discuss only two this time. Now, is there any new characters this one? No, not really. It just basically now they do introduce a one-shot character who appears in episode 3. And this one is a Goggle-Red episode. Okay, interesting, to say the least. That takes 3 episodes in to give a character focus episode. Excuse me. It was mentioned before that, or shown that the Goggle-Red is in fact a rock climber. So he meets up with his old climbing partner to go do some rock climbing. Though his adorable little sister basically says doesn't want to do it, but try it anyways. And then the ground starts shaking. That's when Dantopia shows up. Yes. Now, this is noteworthy because this is the first time that Goggle-Red has actually seen the damn thing. In person. Yeah, which is interesting. I like that. And somehow they land some forces there and they take the mountain hostage. And it's called Mount Hatoro, I think it's called. Main mountain. And apparently I think her name was Masura. She says, "Oh yeah, we're gonna make this place our land base for operations, for invasion." Then of course, they start cutting off roots, and of course they do in fact battle the creature here of this one, which he is. Let's see if I can find him here. Yeah, the first one's Octopus Monzo, and then it's Spider Monzo. Yeah, all these creatures have got the name Monzo with them. Yeah, anything really tidbit, basically, they rip off somebody from previous Sentai. Well, in the case of the last one, one thing Bird Monzo and Octopus Monzo and Spider Monzo, design-wise, they basically take the design from Denzi Man for these creatures. Though in the case of this episode, it feels like something out of Battle Fever J. Oh, somewhat anyways. I mean, that's not familiar. Basically, Rangers fighting the characters in the mountains. Yeah, it sounds like a few different ones. So, he ends up finding his buddy who fell off the cliff. He was able to survive, surprisingly. And they have rescuing his sister, was briefly held hostage. And then, of course, they have the team split in two, where Goggle-Red is basically trying to fight them, and Goggle-Yellow basically is on his own. Yes. While Goggle-Blue, Black, and Pink are battling the monster. Yeah, it's several different things going on in this episode. We see finally, and apparently they decided to rip this off from Sun Vulcan, having Gold-Yellow be a digger. Yeah, not only is the muscle man of the team, he is also the team digger. He appears to be spiked knuckles to basically dig in the ground. Unlike in the case of All Panther, he uses some of his gloved hands in order to dig in the ground. Not the case this one. Nope, digs around and does something completely quite hilarious. He takes Asura, grabs her by her legs and basically pulls down to the ground, which that was actually pretty good. She probably deserved that. And of course the little girl is freed, and then of course about the monster, and that's it. Now in the case of the very next episode, this one basically involves a spider monster, which I gotta admit, now I should also point out though, something I did not bring up last review, how they create the monsters. You have Taboo selecting a particular gene, and this little roundabout things like that, and energy and protein, and of course create this eye, and that's how they make their monsters, all the monsters. And it is just in this one that Dr. Iguana and the other scientist, what is her name? It's Dr. Iguana and Dr. Zura. They have to work together with one monster. Okay. By the way, the woman is Mazurka. Interesting not to meet her first. Like, they don't meet anything else, just her. I'm like, okay. Interesting. Yep. And the whole thing, this one created this melon that basically explodes, does a lot of damage. And somehow, some way, it creates vines and ends up injuring Goggle-Pink. And it kind of is focused on her, but it's most focused on the little girl who recruited her. But you can't really tell exactly who this episode is focused on. In the case of like I said, in the case of 3, it's a Goggle-Red episode. In the case of 1, it's probably Goggle-Pink because she gets injured, and then they kind of think that it's the whole thing. That the whole thing with this laboratory sham. Turns out these kids are in fact full geniuses. Of course, they think they're just kids, but nope, they actually are geniuses. And this would make a bit of doubt, but they would put that behind them pretty quickly here. And then they meet the monster at the very end. Yeah. But in the case of these 2, 3 I thought was pretty good. Like a good character, a good like series development, having Goggle-Red see Devtopia for the first time. Yeah, the main villain base, and also the place is attacked in episode 3. Yes, the last time that the Rangers at any Super Sentai team at this point in time, this is the second time this has happened when they attacked the main villain's base very early on in the series. The last time this happened was in Denziman. Yeah. You might think, did this happen in Sun Vulcan? No, it didn't happen in Sun Vulcan. They actually know where the base was. They had a good idea where it was, the North Pole. Where its coordinates was, it would remain hidden. But this is the second time they've actually because it's a mobile fortress. Yep, and it's still like, it was coming from the ground this time instead of coming from the water. The very next episode is back underwater again. Yep, they tend to swap around a lot exactly where the heck they are. Every episode, like one point underground, another one they're underwater. It depends upon their mood, to say the least. Yep. So, I think tomorrow, well, this is going to be pretty much it for this particular review. Not really a lot to say about these 2 episodes, but I'd say 3 is pretty good. 4 is okay. Nothing really terrible about that one. Okay, so that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned for tomorrow. More Super Sentai, along with hopefully get a chance to do Freya and Shaman King tomorrow. Okay, next video. Bye.